Hello everyone. So we're at half-time in the Gillingham Wrexham game, and we're coming on to do our half-time review. So Ryan's just putting his shirt on, so he'll be a second. Good game, first half. I think we've held our own, and Gillingham not so much. Are you coming?
Yeah.
I think Barnett's playing really well at the moment, which it just happens to be a year since Barnett actually signed with Wrexham. So I think he's possibly maybe got something to prove. So he's playing really well. I think Marriott's
just getting a beer. Sorry.
I think Marriott's trying to get his first goal of his time with Wrexham. But yeah, so what are your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, look, it's a bit twofold for me, I think. The sense of, I think it's a really positive performance.
Yep.
And I think we're starting to play better away from home. You know, we've obviously had a period where we've not played very well away from home. And now with the MK Dons game, with this game, Sutton not so much, but we got results at Sutton. Today is the best I think I've seen us sort of perform away from home for quite some time, I would say.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think we're creating stuff. But let's flip that another way. The one thing that does concern me is if we look at Notts County, for example. So Notts County came to the racecourse and they had 70-odd% possession, and they went away from the racecourse with nothing. You don't get anything in this game for playing the best, or for having the most shots, or for looking really good.
Yeah. Two Beards have just said, Ryan, do not say it.
It's just you don't get anything in this game for them things. You know, it's about putting the ball in the back of the net. It's about scoring. It's about going home with 3 points.
Yep.
And yes, as Two Beards very rightly say, I did say something at the MK Dons game, but you know, I've just seen it before. You know, and I don't. It doesn't feel like that today. It doesn't feel like we're completely on top. But what I want Wrexham to get back to is, when we used to get chances, it was almost inevitable that we were going to put them away.
Yeah.
And I would just like to see us either creating some more clear-cut chances or just putting away the chances that we do get.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, a draw at half-time, happy. I'm happy. We've played really well. I just want to see us
score 12 goals.
Just take some chances, I think, and I'll feel a lot more relaxed.
We were talking when I think it was in the first few minutes actually, when Barnett had the ball, and he passed it to, I think it was McLean. I just wondered why, because I think he was wide open.
Who?
Barnett. Well, I think they showed it in the highlights now.
We can't see the highlights.
No, we can't,
because we're in the UK and we can't watch 3 p.m. games. Yeah. So what are you looking at? Nothing. No. Anyway, let's move on.
Anyway, well, okay, listening to the commentary, it seemed like Barnett was wide open, and I was surprised that he didn't take a shot, because I think...
No, you're talking about when McLean had it in the middle,
and
he could have shifted it onto his left and had a shot, but he played it out wide to Barney, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's the one you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about when Barney had it and he passed it to, I'm sure it was McLean, but it might not have been.
Yeah.
We don't need both of us to do that.
Okay, sorry.
So we have got Peter Langenecker. Main camera angle is absolutely rubbish. We'll take your...
I think, we'll take your word for that, Peter, because we obviously are not watching it. I think sometimes it depends on the ground. And I think from memory, the crowd are quite close to the pitch at Gillingham. So I think obviously there's a more sheer angle, perhaps.
Kotar agree that the camera angle is rubbish. Peter Langenecker again, nice passing spells, no end product yet. No, not yet. Chris Wilms, love the movement, but got to finish. Absolutely.
Just a quick point on that. Just stats wise, we have had. I do keep moaning about shots on target. And going for long periods of games where we are playing really well, but in that first half, although we've played really well,
we haven't come away with anything yet.
No, we haven't got one single shot on target, which it always does worry me a little bit. Because I think when you're playing well, I think you should be getting shots on target.
Yeah.
Even if it was 0-0, so be it. But I just think sometimes I think we seem to be struggling a little bit with just getting some decent shots in.
Blair Vanderberg, not enough positive action in the final third. I can't read that because of the light.
Kleberson.
Oh, that's it. Kleberson.
Kleberson Gomez Costa.
Vamos, Wrexham, Vadi, Brazil. Oh,
hello.
I hope I said that right. Ben Parker, I wasn't sure what I was going to read then. We've already read those.
Okay.
Ben Parker, loving the change of attitude we seem to have today. Great attacking and passing, but agree, need to finish it off. How good is Marriott looking though? I think he's superb, Marriott. I think he's really, really good.
He is. I think for me, he's a very good alternative to have. I think I think it is a nice. It's a nice alternative to have. You could be able to put Mullin on the bench. You've got someone like that who can come into the team. He can still run the channels really well. And again, I know I keep banging on about goals, but you just want him to score.
Yeah.
And I think he's got lots of goals in him. It would just be nice for him to get one. So he's up and running, and then he hopefully he'll be able to push on and get some more for us. I think that first one is probably the most difficult one. You just want something to go.
Well, it wasn't for Elliot Lee. I
know, but I think especially when you're a striker and you're expected to score. I think that first one maybe is a little bit tricky. You just want one to go in off his shoulder or off his ass or something. That you can, he's just up and running and away you go.
Chris Wilms, opinion on Tunney coming back in instead of Tozer. Tunney just makes so few mistakes. Definitely couldn't do a long throw today.
No, Max tried though. Max tried a long throw, didn't he?
Yeah,
and it was a lot shorter than Tozer's. I like Tunnicliffe. He's very much. He's a bit of a throwback defender for me, in the sense of if you go back 20, 30 years. All defenders were like Jordan Tunnicliffe. It was just no nonsense. Bosh, no nonsense. Clear it, pass it out, head it. I really like him because I'm old now and I like things that remind me of the past. And he definitely does. Football in terms, he definitely reminds me of like a proper 80s, 90s defender with his no nonsense, and it's just I do like him. I do really like him, and I think it's probably the right call. Quite a few people have sort of maybe wanted to see Tozer coming back in the middle. I think it's quite hard to take O'Connell out of the middle at the moment because he's played so well. I don't see why you would bring Tozer back in. Sian did make a good point on our last podcast that when Tozer does come back after a period out, he's usually firing on all cylinders and he's really good. But we'll just have to wait and see. We'll bide our time. It's a nice problem to have.
Yeah. So. Two Beards. See, Adrian is playing on the field today. I think you're referring to Johnny Williams, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it. Ben Parker, looking at the audio feed right here.
We're not looking at it, Ben. We're
listening to it, Ben.
Dave Middleton, we just can't finish opportunities. Kaya561. To be honest, I'm just excited to see the team playing aggressively again. Seems as though we have been off until today. Well, I think the game against MK Dons last Tuesday, I think... Who's Lucas side with?
I have no idea. Go on, carry on with your phone.
I think against MK Dons, I think we played a really good game there. Just sadly, we didn't come away with the 3 points. We came away with just the one.
Yeah.
But I definitely think, like Ryan said, I definitely think our away form is improving.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll just keep getting better and better. I mean, I'm not even sure how many home away games we've got left in the season.
No,
now,
but I mean, we've got one Tuesday, haven't we? And it'd be nice to build a bit of momentum. I think we're always going to do well at home, and I think it's just a case now for us to start picking up some decent points away from home. So, we played really well on Tuesday, and we only came away with a point. I think, as well as we're playing, I maybe feel slightly deflated to play really well again and only come away with a point again.
Yeah.
I think we're definitely playing well enough to merit taking 3 points home if we just push on in the second half. Lucas Sickwick just said, "You smell." Oh,
wonderful, I hope.
Thank you.
Koata, need Mullen on the pitch, and I'm not talking about the last 15 minutes. Well, we all know that Parky doesn't like to do changes until at least the 65th minute, so possibly that's when he comes on.
Yeah, I think for me, to have someone like Mullen coming off the bench for the last sort of 25, 30 minutes, I think that's something, he hasn't quite been firing on all cylinders. Whether that's a tiredness thing, whether that's related to his injury, we don't know. So I think short bursts just for now is perfect for him. Ruby Slippers, energy seems pretty consistent first half. Surprised we haven't managed a goal yet.
Yeah, I think a few of us are, to be honest. It's like,
I think we're getting the important thing to remember here is we're getting ourselves in the right areas.
Yes.
We're getting in the right areas. Yeah. We haven't had a shot on target. So because of that, we obviously haven't scored, but we are getting in the right areas. So I think that's, if it was a game like Salford where we're just doing nothing, there'd be a lot to complain about. In this game, it's more frustration than complaining because it's a case of, we are playing really well and it just would be nice to have
just get back.
At least one.
Yeah.
I think.
Kaya 561. I'm not even sure I'm saying that right. So Sire. Yeah, maybe. It feels like Marriott is what we hoped Billy Waters should have been. Do you know what? A lot of people are saying that.
Do you know what? That's spot on, I would say. That is very true. Very true. We'll just read the last couple out before we go back to the game. Tozer is teaching Max to throw, clearly. I noticed that a month or so ago. Yeah, definitely. Where are we? Sarah.
Oh, no. Have you read Sire's
Sire, Tom O'Connor for Tunnicliffe. Yeah, maybe. It's who's on the bench, by the way? I didn't really look. You have a look at that.
Let's have a quick look.
Sarah, this has been an enjoyable watch so far. Yeah, I'd say so.
I agree with
would
that.
say so.
Yeah.
Chris, I don't like Mullen on the bench. You need to play your best player. You wouldn't bench Kobe if he was in the shooting slump. No, that is true. But I think
we've got some great players that can replace him for a game or two.
Yeah, he is one of the best, but at the same time, maybe he just needs that little bit of rest. And I think maybe he's played too much on the back of his injury, maybe.
So just quickly, but in there, the subs on the bench are Howard, Tozer, Bolton, Young, Jordan Davis, which I'd like to see him coming on for a bit, Mullen and Dalby.
Okay.
Or Dolby, whatever you want
to. David Middleton, we're a second half team, always expect goals to come. Yeah, we've known that for years. So I think the fact that we've played well in the first half, it'd be nice for that to pay off in the second half. We are playing quite expansively, I've noticed as well, and we're passing a lot. And so hopefully, I still maintain we're one of the fittest teams in this league.
Yep.
So I think, expansive play, passing it around a lot, running the other team out, I think our chances will come, and later in the half, we're just going to make sure that we take them, I think.
Ben Parker, the lads deserve to take 3 points home. Would be great for Mulls to come on, catch a beautiful man bun flick from Fletch and get a confidence goal for the win. Yeah, I mean, Fletch is just on fire, isn't he? I love the way that Fletch just plays.
Yeah.
He's another one that just takes no crap.
Yeah.
You know, he's a true Scotsman.
Yeah.
He's
Definitely.
brilliant. Love him.
David Middleton toes it as our only defender on the bench. Thinking Bolton will be a nice pairing for Mullen. Yeah, definitely. And Blair said enjoy listening to the second half.
Tom Nichols, we're not watching the game. We're listening to the audio on BBC Wales. So we're only messing about. We're listening, not watching. So so enjoy the second half, and we'll be back at full time to give our review of that. See you later.